Okay, I'm back and I'm now just recording another video. I have not taken the jersey off yet, even though it's fucking hot as shit here. And I want to do a tier list video because every single YouTuber ever has done a tier list video. Doesn't matter what kind of channel they have. They've all done tier list videos. I've seen all of them too. I don't think anyone will watch this. I don't think anyone will watch any of my videos, but especially not this one because the tier lists are fucking boring. I'm gonna try to go in order that the teams here are listed, which I thought for a second was alphabetical order, and then don't even know why I thought that because the Bruins are first. But the order that this person created the tier list in, you can see the different tiers. My favorite team, teams I root for, teams I like, teams I don't care about, teams I don't like, and teams I hate. Um, yeah, and we'll start off with the Bruins. And the Bruins are going to be a team I absolutely do not care about. Like I've said in previous videos, I like when Jeremy Swayman wins, and I like him. Don't really care about the rest of it. And now onto the Sabres. The Sabres are a team I like the jerseys of. I even like the blue jersey, and a lot of people are not a fan of their like normal home jersey. Obviously, I like the goat head more, and even a fan of the Buffa Slug. I know one of the rares, right? One of the rare people that are a fan of that. Um, but I'm not a huge fan of the team. I don't think I root for anyone. I guess I root for Darlene and Sorokin. But I don't really care about their forward core. I don't really care about the rest of their defensive core. And that's it for me. So I am gonna do a team I don't care about. I was very actively rooting against them in Montreal when they were playing Montreal, but that's a little bit of a different story. I think everyone that has teams they don't like more in the playoffs than they do in the regular season. Uh, Detroit is a team I don't like. I'm a Chicago Blackhawks fan, so it would be kind of bad manners to put them as a team I don't care about at the least. Team I don't like. I like Moritz Seider. Um, I don't think I care about anyone else on that team, but I do really like Seider's game, and will continue to root for him individually. The Florida Panthers used to be a team I like. I used to love their like jerseys, love their logo. Obviously their logo's been changed for a while now, and even rooted for them in both last of the Stanley Cup Finals. And like obviously to be clear, not a fan of like their fucking. I guess he's not their captain. I am a fan of Alexander Barkov, but fuck Matthew Kachuk. And the only reason I rooted against them, rooted for them, is because I don't like the Oilers even more. But I'm gonna also put Florida in a team I don't like, not quite a team I hate. Um, Up next with the Montreal Canadiens. It's a team I root for. They're not my favorite team. I have one favorite team, and uh, but they are absolutely a team I root for. Um, it's for me, Chicago, Colorado, and Montreal are teams I will root for over any other teams. And so those I constitute as my favorite teams, and then Chicago obviously being my favorite. I'm just gonna move that up here. Um, the Ottawa Senators are a team that I have to actually think about this for a second. It's just another team where I like one or two of the players, but I'm gonna more than not say I don't care about them. Uh, Fuck Brady Kachuk again. Fuck both the Kachucks, but I love Linus Olmark. Kind of sad that he had a shit year this year. I love Jake Sanderson. That dude's fucking legendary. Um, and then there's a couple other players that I do like on their team. Uh, for no real reason, like Tyler Clevin, Thomas Shabbat, Dylan Cousins, just guys that I fuck with, but not. I don't really like the team. Not a team that I like. The Tampa Bay Lightning is going to be the first of the teams that I hate. Um, since I started watching hockey, I've never liked the Lightning. The only thing I like about the Lightning in their history is Steven Stamkos and Marty St. Louis. And other than that, I don't give a fuck. I think Vasilevsky's an amazing goaltender, but I don't care about him. I don't care if he wins or loses games. I root against them no matter what team they are playing, because just not a fan. I think the fans of that team are annoying. That's going to constitute a lot into what I think of a team as well. So this list may obviously this list will vary in the next 5 years because teams go good, teams get bad. Um, and I think the Lightning get a lot of love for not much performance in the playoffs in recent years. And I've always described their cups as bullshit cups, because of the way the NHL was formatted during COVID. But alas, someone had to win the cups. So, like, they were going to play hockey that year. Like, someone had to win them, you know? So, yeah, fuck the Lightning. Onto the Toronto Maple Leafs, another team I hate. A lot of people hate Toronto. A lot of like hockey, especially American hockey fans, do not like Toronto. Uh, a lot because the fans, yeah, but just the fact that they seem to always be fucking good, and I mean, it's nice that they haven't won anything, but just the absolute dread that came over me when I saw that they won the draft lottery this year. I'm just like, of course, just like God fucking damn it. Um, I made some predictions about Toronto in the off season, about how I thought Matthews would play his last game as a Leaf, during the Radko Gudas injury. Um, and I don't necessarily think that's true anymore. I think the other predictions I had were the coach and the GM got fired, and that happened, but who didn't see that coming? But I think they got a first overall pick. Hopefully, Gavin McKenna or Stenberg is someone that can replace Marner in the near future. Hopefully for their team, not hopefully for me. Fuck the Toronto Maple Leafs. Going on to the next. The Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina Hurricanes are also a team I talked about in my previous video, of teams I don't care about. I like one player on them, being Jacob Slavin, and don't care about the rest. I don't root for them. I don't root against them. Very middle tier for me. The Columbus Blue Jackets. So I like Zach Werenski almost enough to put them in teams I like, but it's also not a team that I know enough players on besides Werenski and Greaves. Watching Greaves, towards I think it was the middle to end of last season, he played a couple games and he was absolutely lights out. He's an amazing goalie, but I don't really care about him. So another team I don't care about, and I know that category is getting stacked with none in the teams I like yet, but I promise we'll get there. The New Jersey Devils, I think they have to be another team I don't care about. I don't really care about Jack Hughes. I think he gets a lot of praise for someone that cannot play a full season in the NHL. And I say that being a Bedard fan. I think he's only played one full season. He got injured the other two. And their goalies I could give less of a fuck about. I don't care about Jake Allen, and I absolutely do not care about Jacob Markstrom now that he's not on the Flames. I think the New York Islanders are going to be the first team that I like. It's a team that I would root for over certain teams, but not over most. I love. Also, I'm now realizing that putting this here, I'm realizing that earlier I said Sorokin is on the Buffalo Sabres, and he's not. He's on another New York team, but he's not on the Buffalo Sabres. To go quickly back to that, I think Alex Lyon is cool. I watched the interview with him on What Chaos, and he seemed like a fun guy. And same with UPL, not goalies I really care about. But I do care about Sorokin, and I like Bo Horvat, and the team is fun to watch, and don't even get me fucking started on Matthew Schaefer. He's fucking amazing. He's going to be absolutely insane in a couple of years' time. He's insane right now. Just imagine what he's going to look like in his prime. Going on to the New York Rangers, This is the next team I hate. I hate the New York Rangers. I think they've fucked up in every facet for 10 years now. Um, and I hated them so much in 2023 when they were winning, and I still hate them a lot now. I think a lot of it goes to management. The management is fucking shit there, and it's hard to even like a team that is so poorly dealt with, like behind the scenes. And then when you watch them play, I think they had a game with 9 shots on goal this season. Not saying that Montreal didn't in the playoffs like 2 weeks ago, but just an overall pretty boring team to watch right now. They're underutilizing their like prospects, and I fucking hate them. Fuck the Rangers. The Philadelphia Flyers. I think this is like the ultimate team I do not care about. Um, just like Trevor Zegras, Ristolainen. Who the fuck else is on that team even? They have that new guy. I think Alex Bump. He seems cool, and I know Porter Marteau now plays for them, but it's just uh, I don't know. I and like I said in the beginning, the jerseys definitely have something to do with this. And the Philadelphia Flyers jerseys are one of the worst jerseys in hockey, in my opinion. The home and the away jerseys, and I think they're long due for an update. And yeah, this is a team, another team I don't care about. There's going to be a lot of teams in this tier. In fact, most of them will be. So yeah. Moving on to a team I like. Love Sidney Crosby. Love Malkin. Uh, don't care about Letang anymore. Love Carlson on and off the ice. If you guys don't know, I would look up his old Tumblr. I think it's the same as his Twitter, like EK65. He's fucking hilarious, and one of the best defensemen of the 2000s. I'll do a separate list on that. 'Cause I have my own opinions on that people on Instagram heavily seem to disagree with. Um, and I think it's this season was especially me rooting for the Penguins just because of the fact that Stuart Skinner got traded there, and I didn't care about the Oilers. I don't like the Oilers, right? But the fucking Stuart Skinner getting traded and doing better than Jari does, and like still being the starter there, just made me so happy. And Stu seems like happy on the Penguins too. Uh, and yeah, gotta love that team. Up next to the Washington Capitals, um, I like Ryan Leonard. I don't necessarily care about Ovechkin anymore. John Carlson's out of there. TJ Oshie doesn't play anymore, and like it's just yeah, it's just not a team I like. And I if there was a Capitals game on, I probably wouldn't put it on unless they were playing the Blackhawks. Next up, the Avalanche, team I root for. I promise I'm not a bandwagon. I've been a fan of the Avalanche for a very long time. My dad was a fan of the Avalanche growing up in the 90s, and he was a bigger Blackhawks fan, and I get that he was probably a bandwagon in the late 90s, but love the Avs. Obviously, they won the cup in 2022, which is super exciting, and they looked set to win it this year until what's been happening recently. But how could you not love like Nelson, McKinnon, Makar, Natchez, Wedgwood is having a career year. Blackwood's having a career year, kind of. He had a good year last year too. And I understand like some of the underlying things about like Brock Nelson, like with the White House and stuff too. But which I've been more critical of on other teams. Uh, but I just love the team. I love watching them play. They're super exciting. And yeah, on to the next. We got the Dallas Stars. So if you asked me to make this list a year ago to the day, I would tell you the Dallas Stars were the team I hate the most in hockey. And I do think that the Stars are number one better than their playoff performance this year, but also at their best potential, at their full potential, they're one of the best teams in the league. And a lot of the times when a team is really good and you're not a fan of them, you don't like the fucking team. Uh, and that was the case with the Dallas Stars. And this year, it was fun to watch some games. I enjoy watching some of the players on there. I don't know if it's a team I would say I care about. Definitely not a team I like. So I'll put in don't care about. But I do want to stress the fact that it is a huge step up for how from how I felt about them last year. Now on to the people they played in the playoffs this year, the Minnesota Wild. I love the Wild. I think what my one of my favorite players in hockey right now is Brock Faber. I think he's fucking awesome. And so watching what he's been able to do since he's been drafted, obviously they got Quinn Hughes again, fucking White House shit, but fucking Quinn Hughes, dude, is like insane. Um, and the Blackhawks captain just got traded. I don't like Nick Foligno, to be clear. He was a Blackhawk and now he's on the Wild. Um, he gets to play with his brother. I think he scored a couple of goals in the playoffs too, which was surprising. And I think they're a really, really fun team to watch right now, and especially just for fucking Wallstead, dude. Yeah. The Nashville Predators. Uh, the Nashville Predators I'm gonna put in don't care about, but it's such a weird team to me because they're a team I really want to be good. Not that I would even necessarily root for them when they are good. It's just I don't know. I don't like Ryan O'Reilly, but I think some of the younger defensemen on that team are pretty cool. Um, but I don't really care about them ultimately. And also, UC Saros washed, but he's also old and plays 65 games a year. The St. Louis Blues. I would be lying if I said I liked them. I don't. I don't not care about them either. I like Joel Hofer, and I don't like anyone else on that team. I think they. I don't know. I thought they fired their coach. I don't know if they fired their coach. If they did, that's fucked up because Jim Montgomery's sick. But I don't like the Blues. They're also Blackhawks rival, so I cannot say I like them. I think Colton Parayko is interesting. I don't know if he's necessarily fun to watch. Bennington is fun to watch in the aspect that he's an insane personality on the ice, but not a good goaltender. Um, and yeah, that's how I feel about the St. Louis Blues. Don't really care about them, but also have to not like them because they're Blackhawks rivals. The Utah Mammoth. I love the Coyotes. I love the Mammoth. I love Vimelka. I love Clayton Keller. I love Logan Cooley. I love Dylan Gunther. All these amazing young talented people. I think Nate Schmidt plays with them now. I know he's not amazing young either of those things, but he's was super fun to watch when he was playing in Florida, and a very good depth defenseman. Is Vanacek their backup? Vimelka plays so many games a season, I don't even know who their backup is. But yeah, fucking love watching that team. On to the Winnipeg Jets. I like Connor Hellebuck, and I don't give a fuck about anyone else on that team. I do not like that team. Uh, I yeah, I don't really have any other opinions besides I don't like them. They just on paper should be doing good and weren't good this season, despite doing good last season. They almost lost to the fucking Blues in the first round. It's just they seem like kind of a failure of a team, which I know is coming from someone whose team hasn't made the playoffs for the past 7 years or so. But yeah, it hasn't been that long, but it's getting there. The Anaheim Ducks. I really like watching this team right now. Leo Carlson breakout year, Beckett Seneca breakout year, obviously his rookie year. Lucas Dossel got his first taste of playoff hockey, and I can only imagine will come stronger next year. I was really questioning during the regular season how, like, if the Ducks were to make the playoffs, how they would do without Gibson, but They made it to the second round, and obviously that's not where they want to be, but that's a hell like I think they didn't make the playoffs for 7 years and also got to the second round of the playoffs with a very young like team, and they've been super fun to watch. And I think the Trevor Zegras deal was good for both teams in that situation, just because he was not working out on that team and he seems to be having fun in Philly now. Um, Onto the Calgary Flames. I don't know anything about the Flames. I know that Dustin Wolf is kind of cool. I know that Devin Cooley is a really funny guy off the ice. If you ever want to get a good laugh, I'd watch some Devin Cooley interviews. But I don't really know about the team that much. I'm just gonna put them in the team I don't care about because I don't like dislike them. The Oilers, team I hate. I hate McDavid. I hate him because he's good? Absolutely. Is he gonna go down as one of the best players in hockey history? Yes, absolutely. Will I like him later in my life? Probably, but he is fucking insane right now. Everyone always talks about him, and it makes me hate the team. Same with Draisaitl. I don't know if Draisaitl will go down as one of the best players of all time, but definitely one of the best German player of all time. Like, uh, just and also just the team of pure like can get all the way there and then fail, all the way there and then fail, and then they make it to the playoffs and they lose in the first round, and it's just like as a McDavid hater, it makes me feel good. But as someone that has empathy for people, it also makes me feel kind of shit. Because it's like, dude, he lost the fucking. They won Four Nations, but once the like Four Nations meant something to hockey fans and to the hockey players until the Olympics came around, and then the Olympics came around, and that all goes out the window. At least in my head, you guys can let me know how you feel about that. But it makes me happy that he lost those things. And moving on, the Los Angeles Kings, uh, don't care about them. Also wasting their forwards. I'll say don't like them because I don't think I would root for the Los Angeles Kings over any team besides the team everybody's thinking about. Quinton Byfield's cool. Darcy Kemper's old. That's not really an opinion about him. Uh, Kemper was cool. I think he was awesome in Colorado, obviously. Uh, and I know Panarin's on there. Panarin's fun to watch. I don't like that team though. I like, yeah, not a fan. Um, the San Jose Sharks. I don't care about them. I would say I don't like them, but I'm gonna be nice and like in generous saying I don't care about them. I like Macklin Celebrini, and I think Yaroslav Askarov would be way more fun to watch if he was good. Um, but and I understand goalies take a lot longer to develop than forwards and defensemen. Uh, but I don't like watching them right now. Besides Macklin Celebrini, right? The Kraken fall into a team I hate. Now, this is interesting because I've been to 3 Kraken games. Uh, Partially because I live in Portland, Oregon, and they're the nearest team in proximity to me. But also a quick story time about how they are my dad's favorite team. And if you were paying attention earlier, I mentioned about how my dad grew up a Blackhawk and an Avs fan. And about when did the Kraken become a team? It feels like just a couple of years ago, like 2023, 2022. Something, it was in the 2020s, I believe. He just dropped all his Blackhawks gear to me, said I'm a Kraken fan now, bought a ton of Kraken gear and has not looked back since. And I just think that's love my dad. That is one of the most ultimate betrayals of all time though. It's so crazy. I've been to Kraken games. I As much as I hate some teams, I will still go to 90% of games if someone gets me tickets for free. Just love watching hockey live. There's nothing better. Going on to the Canucks. Um, the Canucks have prospects that are cool. Uh, just a team I don't care about right now. A team I liked in their was it 2023 that they had their playoff run, or was it 2024? But they got to the second round. That was fun to watch. I think that was 2024. Um, and since it's been downhill, and now like this year it was. Oh no, it must have been 2023. I don't fucking remember. But this year was hard to watch if you are a Canucks fan. Hard to watch if you're a fan of any team because you're just like, man, they've got to win sometime, right? I think that they actually beat the Blackhawks once. I was just like, I'm fucking course, right? Um, but not really a team I care about at this point in time. And I think that we're going to, for this last team, add a row below. Just call it the worst. Uh, Fuck Vegas. Vegas is a team. I don't know how to describe them. Like they won a cup and they're doing good in the playoffs now. For me, Vegas is not a team um about if they're doing good or not. I think Vegas obviously everyone knows how everyone feels about Carter Hart right now. That team is built on uh terrible boring hockey players and Jack Eichel. Um and Carter Hart is their starting goalie. And if you are a management team that can look past all of that, all of the stuff Carter Hart did, um, and hire him as your like, it just is absolutely beyond me. And I could never root. I would root for any team against Vegas. I I've said multiple times in the What Chaos Discord that I hope their team plane crashes, killing everyone on board, and I couldn't be more happy. Like, obviously, get the pilot an ejector seat, um, but fuck Vegas, dude. That's all I gotta say. Um, I would love to know your guys' opinions on my tier list. I don't think anyone is watching this video at all, but especially all the way to this point. Um, yeah, let me know what you think. Bye.